Good day, Philippines. Good day, Caraga. And for today's news, DOST-SDI recognizes 1,395 Pinoy math science wizards. The Department of Science and Technology Science Education Institute recognized the country's 1,395 math and science geniuses for bagging 3,672 awards in 67 international competitions in 2020. This year's awardees were fitted in the DOST-SDI Youth Excellence in Science Awards, which was held virtually on October 29. This year's number of 1,395 medalists with a total of 3,672 awards amassed from 67 competitions is proof that despite in the pandemic, many of the students continue to push for excellence, according to DOST-SDI Director Dr. Jose Bio said in a statement. In a message during the virtual YES award ceremony, DOST Secretary Fortunato de la Peña hailed the students as exemplars of the best young minds in the country. They said students have learned to develop one's concentration, memory skills, and ability to think. They have shown excellent skills in literacy, numeracy, and critical thinking to function in the world and be a good example as youth in the Philippines. The award shall come in the form of a Medal of Distinction to be awarded by the Secretary of Science and Technology or DOST Regional Director. This has been Justin Giantuliho reporting.
Good day, it's trivia time! Did you know a cloud can weigh around 1 million pounds? The average cumulus cloud can weigh up to 1 million pounds according to the USGS. Did you know that it can rain diamonds on other planets? The atmosphere in Neptune, Uranus, and Saturn have such extreme pressure that they can crystallize carbon atoms and turn them into diamonds according to the American scientists' reports. We discovered a lot of things as we've grown up that we didn't expect to exist. We are still learning and expanding our ability to gather knowledge in a smart manner despite the passage of time. This has the potential to improve our learning tools such as imagination, concentration, memory, knowledge, and abilities, and so on. Overall, learning to know entails more than just getting knowledge. It also entails a continuous process of learning to enhance your learning resources.
This has been Justin Giantuliho
Sydney Nakorio for the ENN News.
I entered Caraga State University excited and full of enthusiasm, thinking that it was my very first step towards realizing my dreams of becoming a teacher. Yet again, life is indeed easier said than done. College is hard. It is challenging, especially when people expect you to excel, despite the harsh reality of online learning. Coping with all the pressure from the school and the people was very frustrating. Then again, I think it's part of the process, part of the all-around development of the whole person to fulfill his or her highest potential, just and accordingly to the fourth pillar of education, learning to be. That is, to foster personal development through hardship and overcoming them in the process. Also because our life is anchored towards reaching satisfaction, that is why we are learning to be the best versions of ourselves in all aspects of the self, character, status, and social relations. Though it is inevitable that we face struggles, we are still fortunate that these struggles are helping us maneuver our way towards growth and opening yet again another opportunity for us to help ourselves improve. Life is a never-ending journey of learning. Hastening the process is running a marathon without a finish line. Take a break, have a sip, partner your journey with Kopeko Brown Coffee.
everyone, welcome back to Meet a Star. It's a new day, it's a new morning, to start afresh and new beginning. Hello everyone, I am Jenny Rosel VRO,
And I am James Cal A. Bonilla,
your host
for today. At this very moment, we are given the opportunity to interview such an amazing person who has set the standard of what a Filipino student can achieve in such an amazing university. He is a graduate student of Harvard University with such an amazing track record of being a summa cum laude of Harvard. Isn't that amazing?
Yes, indeed, Kyle. We are also very proud as a fellow Filipino and believe that this show will be very inspiring, especially to our students right now who are watching with us. It is a very overwhelming and a great privilege to talk to this astonishing, stunning, and brilliant guest, none other than Mr. Gideon Anyano. Hello, Teacher Gid. Nice meeting you.
Welcome, sir. Please have a seat. So, Teacher Gideon, good morning and welcome to the show. Can you please introduce about yourself and also how did you get accepted in such prestigious university? Because that is the stepping stone of your success right now.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kyle. So, speaking of myself, I came from a poor family. Not so poor. Let's just call it financially unstable, yes. But despite of our condition, I never doubted my competencies to pursue my dream. So I find a university that can help me lessen the burden in college. And guess what I found? Yes, I found the Harvard MBA scholarship that offers based on financial need. They do not offer merit-based scholarship because this university accepts students not based on their ability to pay tuition but based on their achievements and other talents. I am a valedictorian in senior high and I am also a journalist in our school, so I am qualified and accepted. And this scholarship increases the opportunity and access for promising students like me, regardless of our academic background, and it also enhances our learning environment. It is an honor for me to be part of the scholars of this university. Even I was a student at that time, I already felt that I have reached my goal, when in fact that was just a beginning. I didn't even expect that I can survive that school, especially that I have social anxiety.
Wait, Teacher Gid, you mean you're afraid of people when you start studying at Harvard University?
Yes, Ma'am Jen, but that changed when I chose this program, the Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Science or the BSEd Science.
What do you mean by changes, or what skills have you acquired during the course of your time at Harvard?
Again, before, I have social anxiety. I'm afraid of people, I'm afraid of interaction, but as I enter this program, I realize that it is not all about improving our intellectual capacity, Miss Jen. It also places me in an interactive world without fear that helps me become a better and effective citizen. It's not all about the school, but also the society. The whole me, not just a part. We're trained, practiced, molded to communicate properly with other people and to vividly and smartly convey information.
And what are the hardships that you have overcome to acquire those skills and knowledge that you have right now?
For me, Mr. Kyle, it is my incapability of speaking in public before. Aside from being shy, I also have dialect defect because of my teeth. Yes, that's why I always ask myself, how can I be an effective teacher? Or how can a student learn from me if I can't even speak properly? That questions can sometimes drag my confidence and willingness and also weakens my fighting spirit. In short, the hardest thing in overcoming those skills is when you start competing with yourself and test your limits instead of breakthroughs.
Yes, life could be hard sometimes, but when you are so close in your journey as a student, how can you tell that you have already achieved the goals that you aimed? How can you tell that you are an effective educator?
Okay, what a nice question. Mr. Kyle, it is when you confidently proclaim to yourself that you have learned to do it. There is what we call learning to do. When I apply my knowledge to real-life situations, when I transform knowledge to innovations, when I put into practice the things that I have learned. Like for example, as a student, we're always taught to speak fluently and to interact properly. I, as a committed student who was willing to be a teacher, have put it into everyday life. I join several organizations. I also volunteer when there are orientation or literacy for children in our locality. Because why would we let our learning stop in our brain when we can give the existence of it using our own hands? This is a practical world. We should test ourselves if our skills can meet our desire. If you learn to do it, you will surely reach it.
Wow, that's an impressive and inspiring answer Teacher Gid, since Kyle asked you lately the feeling of being accepted in that university. Now, how was the feeling of being a successful teacher, of being a licensed professional teacher?
Well, this is the moment that I can say, I did it. This is the real stage that I have achieved my goals, Miss Jen.
So, for the last question, how will you maintain your effectiveness as a teacher? Could you please share us some tactics or strategies?
Maintain my effectiveness as a teacher. Looking back to my college days, when we have a course or a subject named Building and Enhancing New Literacies Across the Curriculum, this is the time when I am well trained. And again, as I learn to do it, now I always build new concepts in education, liberalizing ever-changing needs of time, space, and circumstances whenever I assign to a specific place. For me, learning to do what you are learning is learning to achieve what you are waiting.
That was really inspiring and motivational talk, Teacher Gid. Thank you very much, Mr. Gideon, for your presence and for joining
Thank you,
and
Ms. Jen and
accepting our
Mr. Kyle.
invitation. Once again, I am Jenny Rosel Aro,
And I am James Cal A. Bonilla,
your host for
today.
today. And this is Meet a Star.
We met many people along the way of life, but only some stay with us forever. Those are our real friends, who stay by our side through thick and thin. Friendship is the most beautiful gift we can present to anyone. It is one which stays with a person forever. Friends teaches us a great deal about life. We learn so many lessons from friendship which we won't find anywhere else. As we live together, we also learn together. And that entails the development of quantities such as knowledge and understanding of oneself and others, empathy and collaborative social behavior in caring and sharing, respect for other people. Learning to live together leads to teamwork, which keep us from feeling isolated.
At suriin at inyong basahin, tatak rugby lang ang inyong tanggapin. Huwag palilin lang sa nagpapanggap na rugby din, mura nga pero di naman uri. Leatherbag sapatos, binilo laminates. Tatak rugby, ligit nito ay todong todo. Doon ka na sa origa lamang totoo. Tatak rugby nun paggamit ng lolo ko.
Lahat nagbabago, pero ang friendship are still the one na time-tested. Kaya lagi mong babalik-balikan. At kahit ano pang challenges ang dumating, kakapit ka pa rin talaga sa mga masasarap kasama. Sarap na 100% maaasahan. Parang best friend. Parang pamilya. Parang rugby high burger. Rugby, hayop sa sarap.